Just as a farmer plants seeds with the expectation of a bountiful harvest, so do the 5%ers that succeed in life. What methods and mindsets do they employ? And what methods and mindsets do they ignore? What's happening good, everybody? Eli's dad here with Project Eli, where we intercede in your life to educate, lead, and inspire. Today, our topic will be how to and how not to plant seeds. You, as always, are invited to eavesdrop as I fertilize the mind of my number one son, Eli, the teenager. You know, big guy, if we believe that there is a universal planner that seeks to cooperate with us, clearly this distinct and independent existence gives us clues. Nature gives us clues. We are a part of nature. What is the clue that we will emphasize today? You guessed it, the importance of planting seeds to make progress. Now, just as the farmer must plant appropriate seeds to generate a useful crop, we too must plant useful seeds to increase our yield. If neither we nor the farmer plant useful positive seeds, what are the results? Weeds, my friend. Something's going to always grow, positive or negative. There's always growth in the soil. Nature has provided us with this clue of clues. Unfortunately, Eli, only 1 in 20 pays attention. Now here's another clue. In addition to just planting the right seed, what else must the farmer do to maximize the harvest? The farmer must till the soil, that is, get it ready for planting and harvesting, fertilize the soil, protect the crop from unwanted agents/pests that seek to destroy it or eat away at it, and continually irrigate the plants to maintain sustenance. And the farmer must pay close attention to detail while doing so. For instance, according to Wikipedia concerning irrigation, irrigation is the artificial application of water to land for the purpose of agricultural production. Effective irrigation will influence the entire growth process from seedbed preparation, germination, root growth, nutrient utilization, plant growth and regrowth, and yield and quality. The farmer must continually focus with a singular purpose on the progress of growth. Without measurement, you cannot improve. The farmer must have a game plan to begin, but be willing to make adjustments in that plan if outside elements or circumstances indicate that the original paradigm for growth needs to be altered or changed completely. Now, how does the farmer keep this focus? By constantly visualizing the end result in their mind's eye, and by inspecting constantly to make sure that things are progressing as they expect them to progress. Also, the farmer must be cognizant of proper timing. That is, the right time to plant, the right time to till, fertilize, irrigate, and harvest. This timing element is essential to maximize results. You see, Eli, there is a documented system of proven success to follow and adhere to. Now, big guy, I'm sure that you see the similarities to the success formula. We must till the soil, that is, get our minds ready for planting and harvesting. We must fertilize the soil, add positive nutrients to our minds. We must protect the crop from unwanted agents and pests that seek to destroy it or eat away at it, and judiciously monitor the company we keep. We must continually irrigate what is planted to maintain sustenance, to give ourselves a positive brainwashing by visualizing the completed objective in our mind's eye, and by feeling the emotion that it has already been accomplished. And we and the farmer must pay close attention to detail while doing so. Nature not only gives us these clues, but through documented evidence, nature gives these practices credibility. This makes these specific practices a science because of the consistency of the result, the harvest that is achieved. Now, Eli, can I ask you a couple of questions? Are you scientifically planting specific seeds that you want to harvest? Are you preparing your brain properly, that is, preparing the soil with quiet thinking time? Are you fertilizing your seed with nutrients, positive ideas, a positive attitude, and, most importantly, actions? Are you protecting your crop, your dreams, your goals, and your ambitions from outside sources that characteristically seek to eat away at your crop as it grows? Are you irrigating your seeds with fluid thoughts of achievement continuously to ensure germination, strong root growth, nutrient utilization, plant growth and regrowth while monitoring yield and quality? Here's another question for you. Have you actually ever seen a seed come to life? Doesn't nature, upon action of planting, careful caring, and stimulation of the seed, choose its own timetable to magically change a seed from a dormant seed to a growing, living entity? The point being is that nature has its own gestation period for the germination of seeds, both in the soil of the field and the soil of the mind. All we can do is to apply known cause and effect activity to these seeds to stimulate their growth with methods and mindsets that have worked successfully since biblical times. Have you ever heard, as you sow, so shall you reap? Here's a different thought about seeds. What not to do. In high school, Eli, I was voted hairline most likely to recede. Now that may be true in one respect, but untrue when interpreted differently. Now scalp-wise, there may be some obvious, shall we say, shortcomings. I can live with that. Here's one major component that intercedes with continued individual progress. It is a receding here line. The activity of closing one's ears to new ideas, developments, paradigms, and technologies. We're all connected on this planet. To ignore with deafness the exposure of new concepts is to prohibit the growth of new, superior seed in the field of humanity. It is stating that the same old is the only way to perceive and proceed. Since the beginning of time, the universe has partnered with mankind through subconscious thought when a burning desire became a magnificent obsession. Why should this generation of humankind be any different? Each generation will continue to dream, plant proper seeds, and develop new and innovative paradigms through which to see things. We, who are more seasoned, must have the flexibility of thought to recognize that progress is an ongoing enterprise. We, who are older, must get rid of the get off of my lawn mentality. Now, Eli, as a teenager, you are discovering new and exciting aspects of life on a daily basis. Some of them involve embracing new technologies, new styles of music, fashion, speech, and communication, just to name a few. Now, Eli, your generation must also avoid a receding here line as well. Many principles, like the one about the proper way to plant seeds, are timeless and will remain timeless. Observation of their successful execution from biblical times to the present day confirms the credibility and consistency of nature's way. Toward this end, a cooperative seeking universe has given us some very obvious clues to follow and copy. When a cause and effect action possesses credibility and consistency over a very long time frame, it is a science to be embraced. It is a law to be recognized as we recognize the laws of gravity and electricity. Now, we may not be able to explain all of these laws with logic and/or scientific data, but the consistency of specific actions yielding specific, consistent result notarizes their existence as laws of nature. They are not to be ignored in favor of perceived expediency. So, my son, what does all this tell you? Well, first, where there is soil, there will always be growth. When proper seeds are planted correctly, a bountiful harvest will follow. Correctly means that the soil of your brain is properly tilled, that positive nutrients are continuously ingested, that these thoughts are continuously irrigated to ensure strong root growth, nutrient utilization, plant growth and regrowth, and yield and quality. That you have a plan to start with, that you start, that starting gives you momentum, that you recognize that circumstances and conditions can change, that you are flexible enough to alter the original game plan when necessary, that you maintain a constant vigil to measure results, that you measure your results by comparing progress with the end result so that the one that you continually visualize in your mind. And second, that if there is nothing planted in the soil, unwanted weeds appear in the ground and in your mind. That if you refuse to be flexible to new ideas and concepts, that is, when you have a receding here line, you have effectively eliminated innovative and progressive thought from your success equation. Further, that there are some principles that are timeless and constant. They have been notarized by nature as laws. Don't shortcut or ignore a proven, documented principle. One of these laws is that a seed comes to life when nature dictates it should. Therefore, the best way we can do is to execute using best practices. We must be patient that the gestation period may sometimes be inconsistent. We must have faith that if we continually follow these best practices, nature's laws, that the germination of our seed will follow. Properly planted seeds, continually cared for and monitored, are what enable us to succeed. Now, right now, I'd like to plant the seed of our next topic of discussion on Project Eli. Our subject will include the message of Napoleon Hill, author of Think and Grow Rich. To ensure that you may harvest the bountiful crop, you may subscribe and irrigate your soil continuously by clicking on the bell icon too. Eli suggests that if there are questions or fields of discussion that you would like addressed, that you might mention them in the comment section below. He also says it's okay to express constructive criticism or extremely, extremely high praise. Our thought for the day is from Napoleon Hill. Every adversity, every failure, every heartache carries with it the seed of an equal or greater benefit. And because we never end a meeting on a philosophical note, let's get out there and charge. I'm Eli's dad.